No sign of damage, but there's something lodged in the back plate. It's a thingy.
So technical. I'll take a look later. I have asked our third friend to join us since he demonstrated such insight with the loom gates.
It was just a lucky guess.
Nonsense. The loom gate works. Enough said.
Gents, the, thingy?
Dom said you found it attached to an ark. One that was shut down.
Mm-hmm. No sign of damage, but this part came off easily.
It's safe to assume it wasn't part of the original construction, then. The arcs are famously durable.
Brynn, think back. How does it compare to the ark we found outside the Veil?
Exactly the same. Completely motionless. At least at first.
We should take another look at our newest friend, then. Care to do the honors?
Same place? Same place. Well observed, Sev. You were correct.
Just a lucky guess.
Up. No more of that. Lady, gentlemen, I think we can confidently assert conspiracy.
Two devices does start a pattern.
And a pattern that must predate the Surge, since we found a device that was outside the Veil.
True. That gives us a what and a when, but leaves a whom, a how, and a why.
And how many arcs have been affected?
It does follow that if we found two, there could be more.
I'll keep an eye out for tampered arcs.
Some may have restarted on their own. Like the one we followed through the Veil.
They're going to fight back, aren't they?
It does seem to be our luck, yes.
Another thing. Another tampered arc.
Brynn, Sev and I have been digging into the devices you recovered, and we've developed a working theory.
We'll test it against the ones you found in the field.
What have we found?
That I am a very great fool.
He is not a fool.
I am. Hours trying to unravel the... And Sev here, paragon of clarity, points out a single point of commonality so mundane I had ignored it.
It's a team effort every time, Dom. What did you two discover?
What our keen-eyed friend spotted was a singular mark etched into each device.
A maker's sigil. We used them in Tarza to lay claim to a craft work. They're certified to each maker. And I've always heard we borrowed that practice from the Enclave.
Meaning this mark could be registered in public records.
The spire is a logical next stop. Nothing comforts the rich and powerful like bureaucracy.
I know just the place. Back in the spire. Let's see if we can find a registrar of maker's sigils. This looks like some kind of evacuation plan. Doing their research before enacting asylum, I'd wager. Tables with assets listed. Looks like a tabulation of supply levels. Too new to be from before the surge. According to these days, they stayed in Nephron for years afterwards. Just some birth records. Surprisingly detailed.
Invaluable. We'll have to make sure Lane adds them to our archive later.
Here we go. Sigils. Ah, Found it. Our creator is listed here as Lucia de Crassus. 2 registered workshops, both council approved for dangerous materials. She must have had some pull before the surge. One is here in the city, and the other, let's see. I've been there. That frozen town out in Dredger's Mire. Better wear something warm.
I think it's important we run this one down, Brynn. The water clock is dripping.
A body. Ahead. Outfit looks like our spying friends.
So, it's a uniform. I often heard that as you entered the perch, the bustle of Denevron would begin to crescendo until it peaked in the market.
Weaver's Rest. Said to be a common place for weavers in Lowtown to gather.
The record said his place was registered to our enchantress of interest, Lucia. It sure doesn't look like a saboteur or smuggler's den. On the workings of Archons by L. de Crassus. Seems promising. Dumb?
Certainly top. Probably not enough to go on by itself, though. Still significant.
That aerolith can influence the weather. Almost certainly why things are frozen over.
Malfunctioning then.
Indisputably. The ice buildup must be causing a cyclical localized reaction.
Sure. I'll take care of it.
Good idea. Swampy environs and intense cold is bad even for Enclave parchment. Best to lower the risk.
Already warming up. Hope I didn't damage the priceless artifact too much.
Can't make an omelette, as they say.
A lot of notes here. Water damage from the cold and melt, though. Let's see. Materials. Huh. That's how you visualize a pattern. Any luck with the materials we gathered from Lucia's workshops?
Yes. I'll let Sev fill you in.
We started with the book, which was painfully dry and highly theoretical.
Unsurprising. The Enclave was notoriously tight-lipped about the construction of the arcs.
The book was still useful, as it contained a number of craft-specific terms, shorthands and annotations. All critical. Referencing the book clarified the notes.
Without it, they bordered on deranged rant, especially at the end.
Sort of a window into her thinking.
We suspect Lucia spent a long time in isolation while working on these.
She covered many topics, but the most prominent was her work into the Flood.
I'm sure her work was interesting. But eyes on the prize, gentlemen. What did we learn about the Floods? Does she have an answer for us?
Partially. This is the design.
Her research led her to one conclusion: to stop the Floods. She needed to disrupt a barrier of some sort.
This confirms our theory from earlier. She's talking about the barrier established by Asylum.
Her design is detailed and specific. The device it would create inverts the flow of magic in enchanted objects, disrupting them for a time.
We think the devices we found on the arcs were prototypes, small experiments to determine efficacy and duration.
So what's the catch? If the Floods are still happening, clearly she didn't build one.
Lucia's thimble, as she calls it, requires some highly specialized components. It has to withstand considerable magical flow, far more than what's produced by an arc.
It's like how mass scales exponentially. Just because you can build a scale model of an aqueduct doesn't mean the real thing can support its own weight.
If, and it is a very big if, we could find those components, we could construct Lucia's thimble. We have the expertise.
We'll find them. It's just a matter of time.
I only hope we have enough.
The other thing we'll need is a source of magical flame. Sola's mantle won't be enough by itself.
I can handle that part easily. Okay, so we have clear next steps. Just one more thing.
The Flood. Our best guess, at any rate. There's no sign of her.